Alright, we are ready to begin with part 2. So I've got the machine up, and the default username and password are set. So we'll put those in. Hopefully it'll work, which looks like it has. It says it's loading. Definitely doing a lot of loading. Here we go. So, file systems, net interfaces, system info, and services. This is just default setup. Nothing much has changed. So you can see this is obviously much more graphical than the setup for NAS for free. Set up a lot more like, a typical graphical user interface would be. So, change your language if you really want to and do all kinds of system-based things, but we're not going to. These are the only options they give us, and unfortunately I don't believe we can take these, put them beside it. No, we can't do that. So it's going to be stuck the way it is, unfortunately. I mean, you can make them wider, you could certainly do that, but I'm not going to because I don't care that much. So, we'll get to general settings. We could enable SSL, but I don't really need it. This thing's not going to be on any public-facing network. Auto log out. Again, it's not really going to matter. This isn't on a public-facing network. Port 80 should be fine. So we'll go ahead and save that. We'll apply the changes. Web administrator password. So I'm going to change the password and I will come back. Okay, that was a strange reaction to that, but it looks like we are going to work. Frame rate's rather low, I just noticed. Date and time. Of course, doing all of this is dragging this computer through the dirt, which it shouldn't be. So, is that correct? Yes, that is correct. 2:17:49 p.m. Eastern. So we're going to just use an NTP server, and we'll save that. Configuration has changed. Apply it. Network. So, NAS 4 local is fine. Interfaces. Apparently there are no network interfaces. That's weird. Okay, that's a rather interesting bug. I'm going to leave that alone because I don't want to screw anything up. Notification. I think you can do this in NAS for free too, but I don't have it set up because there's not really much of a point. Power management. Well, this is a desktop, so we don't really need a whole lot. Pushing the power button doesn't do anything. We don't need it to. Scheduled job. And what can we do for scheduled jobs? Nah, that's for power stuff, so we'll ignore that. Monitoring. This will allow us to monitor things. Certificates. Don't have any SSH or SSL certificates. Scheduled jobs. Yeah, we could have just done that in here. Whoops. Yeah, I should have just done that in here. Check for new updates. It looks like there are actually updates. So, yeah, there are a lot of updates. Look at that. What's upload? Oh, I guess that allows you to install packages. Settings. Let's go into settings first. Yeah, we don't need any of those. So we'll go ahead and we'll install updates. Which apparently failed. That's nice. Always a good thing to fail. Let's see. It'll let me scroll up. Anyway, whatever. Leave it alone. I just pushed reload. Oh well. Okay, well, this is a learning experience. Like I said, I've never done this before, so I'll probably have to upgrade it straight from the computer. Which will be annoying. But update management. Scheduled jobs. I think I'm going to delete that scheduled job while I'm here, because I don't need it. Apply the configuration change. Plugins. Now here I think is where this differs from NAS for free, because you can add a whole bunch of stuff. I don't know, can you add stuff to NAS for free? USB backup, logical volume management, disk stat. Might install that. Although, of course, if it doesn't have a lock on the package directory, it probably won't work. Networking, sharing. I don't really need any of that. Clam AV. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and we'll install that. Doesn't seem that there's a lot of additional options. Yeah, it's not going to work. Okay, whatever. Oh, now it looks like it's going to reload for me. I just broke it. Okay, here we go. Really, 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 really slow. Wow, this is bad. Okay. Physical disks. So there's our disk. Apparently we can edit the disk. Okay, here we go. Advanced power management. Usually set it to intermediate power usage with standby. Acoustic management should be maximum. Spin down time, usually set that to 300 minutes. I'm not going to bother enabling the write cache because that could be an issue. I don't know if that would even work. We'll apply our changes. Smart monitoring. Obviously we want to enable that. I'm going to leave that alone. Power mode, never. Yeah, we'll set that. All of that should be okay. But we'll go ahead and we'll save it. We'll apply it. Devices. Edit. Activate smart monitoring. Doesn't want me to apply it? Here we go, apply. And we can view our smart information if we wanted to. These are attributes. I guess a lot of these doesn't really even care about. Scheduled tests. Could run tests if we wanted to. RAID management I'm going to ignore. File systems. Again, I think I am going to... What happens? We can select create. But it doesn't let us select a device because I guess we don't have another device to select. Access rate management. We don't have any users there. Shared folders. Probably should add one of those. Videos. Selected device. There is no device. Why? Well, that's kind of stupid. Okay, I don't know what the deal is with that, but there's something broken with this thing. That's weird. Okay, let's go into SMB CIFS because that is what I want. Alright, so we'll enable it. YouTube video storage NAS. I don't think I need that, but I'm going to leave it. Should be browsable. I need no Win support. Do not allow null passwords. Asynchronous I/O should be on. Send file. Let's set it to normal log. Save. Should ask us to apply the configuration changes. See, NAS for free makes this really easy. Shared folder. We don't have any because we can't have any. At push on plus, we don't have a device. Okay, well that's kind of stupid. So I think I'm going to have to pause the video and do some research. Because this is not at all straightforward. Okay! Continuing our video. Communication failure, yeah, whatever. I've seen enough of this Open Media Vault software to know that it's a complete piece of crap and doesn't work. I don't know why. Frankly, it's an unmitigated failure. It's made, you can probably just barely see it here. The root drive is 180 gigabytes in size, the size of the hard drive. Unmitigated failure. There's no reason for that. It should be making like a 4 or a 5 or a 10 gig partition and creating another partition for data. That is how a real network-attached storage operating system works. Open Media Vault doesn't work that way, so it's worthless. Right now I am installing NAS for free, and we're going to do it that way, because that way actually works. So I will be back when that's done. Okay, I don't know what that was all about, but my screen recorder software screwed up. Anyway, so now I am going to have to edit this. Now we are at NAS for free, once again. And this is an older version. So we'll log in. It's going to tell me it's invalid because apparently either I have it wrong or, okay, I know it's right. And here we go again with this 373 megahertz crap. It's not right. Wow. Okay. So, let's set this up. Change your username. HTTP is fine. I'm going to leave it to 80. I'm not going to configure any of that because I don't really need to. The time zone, I'm going to go all the way up. It should be America, Toronto. Not Tortola, Toronto. And we'll use NTP. This is NAS 4. That's all good. We'll save it. And we'll see what it does. I need to get better screen recording software because this is a piece of crap. Okay, I don't know. Did it save it? I think it saved it. Password. I'm going to go change the password and I'll be back. Okay, this recording software is really irritating me. But anyway, you see I've changed the password now. If I go into advanced, I don't think there was anything I ever really changed about that. Message of the day. Let's change that to something. I don't know. What should we change that to? Enjoy these videos, sure. It's going to be used for storing YouTube videos. So, that's changed. Everything else, I don't think I need to really bother with. Monitoring, I could enable it. Maybe I will. I might enable monitoring on that, just as a test. You know what? No, there's no point. Okay, swap, command, blah, blah, blah. I don't need to change any of that. Firmware update, we'll get to that in a minute. LAN stuff I don't need to deal with. Now, disks. Here is where we need to add our disks. 8080 storage for videos. If my keyboard would stop repeating keystrokes, I would be very happy. 300 minutes. Level 127. Maximum performance. Activate smart. And it's UFS, GPT, and soft updates. I'm assuming that's how it's set up. I could use EVFI GPT, but I'm going to use this because I believe that that is how it works. We'll apply that, and it seems to have worked fine. So I'm going to leave all the rest of this alone. HDD format is for formatting disks. They're not formatted. Smart is, I believe, for smart monitoring, which I'll enable. Power mode never. Enable smart monitoring. I don't need to schedule any tests. So save and restart. Is that going to reboot the whole machine, or shouldn't have to? iSCSI, I'm not using that. Not using software RAID. I'm not using ZFS. I'm not using encryption. We're going to change our mount points because we obviously need to mount it to something. So unpredictable. Yeah, alright, we have a disk. 8080, it's GPT, partition 4, UFS. Mount point. Storage for YouTube videos. We're not going to mount it read-only. Let's see. What other options do we have? It's not going to be stupid about it. Anyway, we'll leave that alone. So, set up my options. That should be how that works. Go ahead and add it. We'll apply the changes. It'll probably fail because that's my luck, but it looks like it worked. Tools allows you to do whatever. File system check. Allows you to run FSCK. Access, I'll change that in a minute. Actually, I might do that off video. Oh, you know what? We'll go ahead and make it access. Let's see. Set up a password. Okay, no login. Primary group should be wheel. And all of that should be good to go. So we'll add that. So that will be the user that we use to access these files through server message block. Alright, so now I need to set that up. So we'll enable it. Authentication, enable. Authentication is with local user. SMB3 should be fine. All of those should be fine. NetBIOS name is NAS4. It's part of work group. All interfaces, YouTube video server. That's fine, that's fine. Log level, usually I set that to normal. Local master browser, probably don't need that, but I'll set it to yes. Not time server. Guest account, FTP, leave it alone. We'll leave that alone. Enable large. Enable asynchronous I/O. What else should we do? Tuning switch. Well, that's under advanced. We'll go ahead and we'll just save that for now. Why don't we go over to advanced and enable the tuning switch, which is already enabled, so cool. Go back here and change our shares because we should have another share here. YouTube, not YouTube. I suppose it doesn't really matter, but I'd love it to at least be correct in spelling, especially since I'm uploading a YouTube video. Storage. Can't type today. Okay, our path should be mount YouTube. It's not read-only, it is browsable, no guest access, inherit permissions fine, no recycle bin. Actually, I'm going to enable the recycle bin. Hidden files, that's a Linux thing, I'll leave it alone. All of that should be okay. We'll go ahead and we'll add that. And apply the changes. So the changes have been applied successfully. Now, is this actually the case? So let's bring a browser window over. You can see the awful frame rate going on. Let's try and browse NAS 4. There it is. Open it. There it is. Looks good to me. Bring this over here. Blah. Just put a bunch of crap into it. And we'll go ahead and save it. There we go. It actually does work. So we'll delete it. Okay. So that's done. Get that out of the way. Okay. So now we want to go back to, well, we'll go to backup and restore. This is something that you should do. I'm not going to encrypt it. Download the configuration. There's our configuration. We'll go ahead and save it where all my configurations are. I actually don't even remember where they are located. There we go. So there's our configurations. It's now downloaded. So if this crashes for whatever reason, or I need to set up another server with the same configuration details, I can do so. Now we go to firmware update. Do I actually have the most recent firmware downloaded already? That is my question. Suppose we're going to find out here in a second. Well, that's a very interesting reaction to that. Maybe they changed, it's 46, now it's a really old version, but I'm pretty sure I just did this and it worked. So, I'm almost wondering if maybe there's an issue with the box. But, you know what they say, you only live once, and I like to live dangerously, so we're gonna try it anyway. We'll just upload the most recent one. Upgrade firmware. Let's see what it does. It's sending it data. It'll be interesting to see what happens. Firmware is being installed. Is it now? It looks like it is. I'll come back once that's done. So it came back. It did actually install. Looks okay to me. The date and time is wrong. I'm not sure how that happened. But it is having some issues with... Yeah, the gateway is incorrect. Okay. So... You have to Really? I have to reboot to change... I shouldn't have to do that. That's just weird. Okay, I just checked another NAS and it seems that the problem is persisting across all of them. So it's not an issue with the box, it is an issue with the NAS for free folks, because everything here is configured right. Anyway, I don't know if there's anything else I need to talk about. Thank you for watching. If you have any comments, feel free to leave them down below. Hopefully they'll fix that issue. And this is CP666 signing off. Hope to see you next time. Till then,